Alright, buddy, with the release of Wisdom of Sea and Sky coming out tomorrow, they dropped like a data download kind of thing where we got all the leaked cards within the game data. So people who can like data breach it and like whatever have released all the cards we're getting. So we have Wisdom Sea and Sky over here. Let me switch over here. My Twitter, I have them all over here. So first of all, we got new Gloom, Oddish, Gloom, and Blossom. We got Blossom. Does Pearl Dance. Alright, so for each time you hit heads, so 180 damage if you get a lucky three tail flips, and there you go. 130 health though is not great. It's not great. I mean, with a rare candy, it's not terrible, but you're gonna need more than that. Just like 180 damage is good, but you need all the tail flips to get it. You could do 0 damage as well, and 130 health is really easy to get killed. So I don't know about that one. Tangela though, we got Tangela. Sleep powder, so it puts your opponent to sleep. Alright, good. It does damage as well, so it's not like Primarina's first evolution. I forget his name right now. It's not like that one where it just puts you to sleep, but this one puts you to sleep and does 20 damage, so that's good. Tangrowth does Grass Knot. This attack does 40 damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active retreat. Okay, so like for each retreat cost your opponent has, it does 40 more damage. So if you have a Guzzlord or some shit like that, this will do 170 damage. So 10 plus 4 40s because Guzzlord is 4 energy retreat cost. So that's pretty good. It's very situational. You know, if you counter a deck that's like not that like high retreat cost, you're not gonna. It's not gonna do that much damage. Like I usually tend to run decks that are like 1 or 2 retreat cost energy. So at most, to me, that's doing like 50 to 90 damage. Like that's not. That's very easy to deal with. Especially when you have like fucking Garatino's 2 retreat cost and just kills him in one shot, right? Yeah, 103 health is also not great. So Giratina is one shots him and he still has health to play around with. So not great. Scyther, I'm gonna assume that this is just all grass energy and there'll be like a Scizor coming up because that's not. I don't know why they put that in if not. Pinsir does 70 damage for 3 energy. Not the best really. Not the best. Chikorita. Okay, so we're getting Chikorita. We're getting Chikorita. We're getting Meganium. Chikorita 20 damage, 1 energy, whatever. Bailey 40 damage, 2 energy, also whatever. You know who cares. Meganium. What does Meganium do? 150 health. Heal 20 damage from each of your Pokemon. Okay, okay. So it does 80 damage, not great, but heal 20 from each of your opponent Pokemon. So if you're like a healing deck, that's really good. It's like a Butterfree, but you have to attack. Butterfree has just the ability to heal without having to attack, without being an active spot. So I mean, we'll see how Meganium works out. 150 health, so that's pretty good, especially for a non-EX Pokemon. That's really good. So we'll see how she plays. Uh, Lydian, 50 damage, 1 energy. Okay, that's really good. That's really good. 50 energy. I mean, 50 damage for 1 energy is really good. Can't really beat that at all. Can't really beat it. Blossom, 40. Hoppy, 30, I think that is. Yep, no. No, 20. I don't know why they're in reverse, but Hoppip comes first, and then Skip Bloom comes after. So 20, 40, and then what do you have in the final one? 60. Okay, so still 1 energy, 60 damage. That's also really good. Its ability, what is it? Your active Pokemon has no retreat. Okay, so it sounds like it's a support. Like, so if you're on a bench, you can use that. And like for like if you have Guzzle or some shit, you can just put that on the bench. Obviously, you have to get to the third stage evolution, so maybe put a rare candy in there. I don't know. And now that your Pokemon have no retreat cost, no retreat cost is really good just because it just lets you swap out. You know, the only thing is Cyrus exists in this game, so retreating is like kind of worthless. But if there's something in this set that like counters fucking Cyrus, like we're in business. We're in business. I doubt they do that because why would they actually implement balance to the game? Why would they do that? They wouldn't do that. Alright, Sunkern, heal 10 damage, 20 that's whatever. I mean the healing is good, but it only has 40 health, so it's good because like it's like early game, you might even kind of like a Charmander or some shit or like any Pokemon that's like 20 or 30 damage, so like healing 10 will like let you live like an extra 1 or 2 turns, so that's pretty good. But he has low health, so maybe not so much. Then Sunflora does 70 damage, not really that useful. 2 energy, I don't know. Can't see it being useful. Yanma, U-turn. Okay, so yeah, U-turn. Literally just switch it out after you attack. 20 damage is not great. Yeah, Mega, I don't see you using this one over the EX one. I feel like the EX one's way better, but I mean, no 2 energy when you lose, so we'll see, we'll see. Shirley, 40 damage, Seed Bomb. Yeah, whatever. I mean, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good because never mind. That's a ball from. I forget that like when they're in the opposite, I forget that do come from a previous evolution. So no, that's not. That's actually ass. Okay, what does this ability do though? If this Pokemon has a Pokemon to attach to attached, attacks used by this Pokemon cost one less energy. So can you attack for free or? It sounds like you can attack for free. I mean, it costs one less energy, but he only has one energy, so you can use attack for free. I don't. You can attack for free. That's pretty good. If one of your Pokemon use Sweet Relay, oh, and a Sweet Relay as well. Okay, nice. Sweet Relay. Don't even know why you'd evolve it then. Lose a Sweet Relay after that, so I'll just stay in as that Pokemon. And you have to put energy on it, so Heracross, that should be an EX. Heracross should have been an EX, honestly. Heracross deserved an EX. Single lunge. This Pokemon has no damage on it. It does 40 more damage. Okay, I mean, as the start of battle is pretty good, like 80 damage out the gate. But you do need 2 energy, so not really out the gate. I don't know. We'll see. He could be useful though. Suckle takes like 20 less damage from attacks. You know, whatever. It's pretty good. And then flip 3 coins. Attack does 20 damage for each attack. So that sounds like an early game killer. Like you can do 60 damage turn one. That's what it sounds like. If not, it's like whatever. 60 damage. You're not gonna get anything out of 60 damage. So it's like an early game one. Oh, there's Ho-Ho over there. We saw Ho. Then got Pineco, but no evolution. So we'll see. Maybe different set. I don't know. Kind of where they wouldn't put his evolution, but yeah, these are all in order. Cyndaquil 20 damage, whatever. Quillavos 30 damage, also whatever. Nothing sticks out from the health stats either. Typhlosion, what's his ability? Fire Breath. Once during your turn, you may make your opponent's Pokemon, your active Pokemon burned. Okay. So it's like a wheezing ability, but for burn. Burn's kind of more powerful. Just because it does more damage. Now you can get rid of it on like poison where you have to sub out, but it does hurt a lot. It does hurt a lot. So he's doing at least 60 damage per attack because he's the burn unless you're running Arceus, and most of the time you're not gonna be running Arceus. So it seems okay. It seems pretty good. 2 energy, so not terrible. Hopefully we do get in the X one though, because see one would be cool. I think. Um, Vulpix, 30 damage, 2 energy, whatever. Ninetales, Scorching Breath, 120 damage during your next turn. This Pokemon can't attack. Okay, so that's not terrible because with fossils and like shenanigans like that, you can't tag out, switch back in, and do it again. And then, unlike the Blaine one, you don't discard energy, so you can keep going as long as you have fossils and shit. So with Blaine, you can also do 100 up to 150 damage, which is pretty good for a non-EX Pokemon. That's like really fucking good. So this Ninetale might cook. The only problem is its health, only 100 health. I'd prefer to be like 120 health, just to make it really good. But we'll see how it works. We'll see how it works. So yeah, Ho Ho, we saw in the trailer. 3 energy, 80 damage. The damage isn't crazy, but it does. You can get a electric, fire, and water energy. And if you're running a Lugia on your deck, which I assume is what they want you to do, attach it there, and then Lugia does 180 damage. The only problem is that Lugia, you kind of want to attack twice with Ho Ho, and 3 energy is kind of a lot to just have sitting around. Like you have to build up to it. So unless there's like a fire energy builder, like I guess you can run Moltres and then go into Ho Ho and then go into Lugia, but that's a lot of EXs that are based in like I don't know. It could work. It could work. I don't know. It just feels like a long build up to then build up again. I don't know. But yeah, if you can pull it off with Lugia, Lugia's doing 180 damage per attack. Ho-Ho's doing 80, so there's not much that can survive that. There really isn't. I think 180 does kill most things in the game, apart from Venusaur EX. I don't know what else will survive it unless they have a keep on it. So if you can't pull it off, really good. If not, it's expected. Okay, Entei, 110 damage. Flip a coin. If it tails, discard 2 random energy from this Pokemon. And you're playing a big risk on that one. You're playing a big risk because I mean, if you hit the heads, then whatever, you can attack for 110, which isn't bad. But if you hit the tails, then you have to build up again because it's not one energy where you can just attach and skip from attaching it to one of your bench Pokemon. You have to do it. You have to wait it turn out. So unless you're running Moltres and like overfeed this guy, it's gonna be a bit rough. It's gonna be a bit rough. Okay, Magby. Take energy from your energy zone, attach it to. Okay, well there you go. There's your fire builder. So that's your fire builder. It's kind of like Moltres, but it's not an EX Pokemon. But if you're running the EX like the Lugia whole, you don't really have to be worrying about that because Magby's knocked out. That's 1 point, and either Ho-Ho or Lugia are knocked out. That's 2 points. So it's not I mean, it could work. I mean, you could use them, but I feel like Moltres would just be the better option, unless you're running more than one non EX Pokemon in your deck. It's like you might as well run Moltres because either way, 2 deaths and you're dead. So we'll see, we'll see though. Slugma, 30 damage, 2 energy, whatever. Magcargo, Spurt Fire. One of the Pokemon, either yours or your opponent's, is chosen at random 3 times. What the fuck? Why will you use this fucker? You can get attacked by your own attack? What the hell? No. Get this shit out of here. It sounds cool, but you or your opponent? No. What the fuck? Hell no. Get this shit out of here. That sounds like dookie water. Alright, Poliwag, 20 damage, Poliwhirl, 30 damage. Are there any evolutions in here? Okay, and Politoed, Lord Cheering. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, attacks used by your Pokemon that evolved from Poliwhirl do 40 plus damage to your. Okay, so if you're running 2 of them, that's only 100 damage. That's not that crazy. And maybe there's like a Poliwrath. I think that Poliwrath does does it do 80 damage? I can't remember how much it does, but if you're running a Poliwhirl and then a Poliwrath, the Poliwrath will do like 40 plus damage. So it could work. Don't know exactly what number he does, but that seems like a fun deck. 140 health is also really good. 140 health is a lot. Oh, we missed this over here. Darmanitan, 3 damage. Not really that important. Heatmore. Don't know if we're getting another Heatmore. We could get more Pokemon, like more variety. Like there's still fire Pokemon we don't have, and we already have Heatmore. So I don't see why we're adding another one. I don't see that. It's not even Gen 2, so um if they're burned, this does 60 more damage. Okay, so you can pair that up with a Typhlosion, and that could do like 110 damage because the 90 plus the burn damage. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, we got a Kingdra EX. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Splashing Dodge. Flip a coin. If heads during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage and all effects. Ooh, okay, that's really good. That's really good. There's a lot of problems with Magikarp is just setting up, and if you don't have Gyarados in your deck right away, you kind of have to your Magikarp gets killed, or even if you do evolve, you still take damage from Gyarados because you need 4 energy. So that's really good. That's gonna be the base Magikarp everyone's gonna run now. I can't see why they would run Splash unless they want to tag out easily, but doing this is just easier. You just prevent all damage. 50-50 chance you get fucked or you don't. And the Gyarados is a Wild Swing. This you may discard any number of bench water Pokemon. This attack does 40 more damage for each bench Pokemon discarded this way. That does not sound great because you have like unless you're planning to increase the number of Pokemon you can put in your deck, it's just not good. It's not good because the most you can do with that is 120 because you discard 3 Pokemon from your bench. So it's 120 plus 40, so 140. 140, that's a good attack step, but then you have to add another 3 water Pokemon to your bench next time and discard them again to do the same amount of damage. So then it's like you're left to you've used 14 or 12 cards because the Gyarados, Magikarp, and Gyarados, then plus the 6 cards you discarded, and some Pokemon already have more than 140 health. So like if you have to attack them twice like that, I mean I guess you don't have to discard them next turn, but it's a lot of things you have to discard to do that much damage. So I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, maybe it'll play out differently in theory, but I'm not a big fan of limiting like how many cards you can already use. Do that anyways. Alright, Horsey at 30 damage. 30 damage is pretty good for a basic Pokemon. Usually they're 20, so anyone that has 30 or 40 is really good. 30, is not as good for obvious reasons, but 40 is a really good one. Seadra, 50 damage for 2 energy, okay. And then Kingdra, Stormy Prison during your opponent's next turn. The defending Pokemon can retreat, okay. So it's like an EX version of one of those Pokemon, like a Arbok or anything like that. No retreat is good. I don't think unless they use like a Illuma or the Professor's Oak as a kid for Mew, I don't think there's any way they can get out of it. So that's really good if you want to keep someone trapped in there. I mean, it's good, but like also just kind of serves the same purpose as Cyrus without it being Cyrus, because Cyrus, at least they might think, oh, we might not have a Cyrus, so let me switch out on attack. If they don't, if the bench Pokemon have energy, but like this one's like you have to stay in attack, so it's kind of like double-edged sword, but I mean, it's it's a good thing. It's a good definitely good. It's better than doing nothing. You know, it's better than doing nothing. All right. Oh, there's not Totodile on here. Okay, I guess it'll be on the next page. Oh no, there he is. 20 damage. So yeah, whatever. Croconaw, 40 damage with 2 energy. Feraligatr, 90 damage, 3 energy. Discard random energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. So discarding from your opponent's active Pokemon is really good. That's really good. That's always good. Um, Energy obstruction is really good. Unless they're running like a, I mean, if they're running a Flareon, that's still a lot of damage because they're fire. So it's they have to add, so they can't build up the other Pokemon. They have to keep adding to said active Pokemon. So unless they take a turn off and they have like Giratina or something like Lunala, then they're kind of fucked because they have to keep doing that shit. So I love that ability. The ability is very good. That's what made Beedrill EX so annoying. Just having to discard a Pokemon entry from the Pokemon, super annoying. Okay, Meryl, Tackle. Okay, whatever. Azumarill, this one takes minus 30 damage from attacks that are fire or water. Okay, nice. That's really good. How much health do you have? 110th. Okay, so 110 is not great. I mean, the minus 30 is good, but without the health to back it up, it's like, what's really the point of that? You know, like, what is the actual point of that? It should be an EX one, like maybe get like an EX Azumarill and give it like 160 health. Then that would be useful. Like the Mamoswine we have, he's got like 180 health, I think, and he has like minus 20. I think it's something like that. And like he can survive a Charizard attack, like the original EX Charizard, he can survive that attack, which does 200 damage, like I think with a cape or something, but he can't survive it. So this is like, oh well, I'll just hit you with like fucking Entei or some shit. And well, Entei wouldn't kill it, so maybe not Entei, but like I don't know, Melmetal would kill it in an instant. Um, I mean Giratina is the most common one to use Camarens, like Lunala with Giovanni Solgaleo kills it, so doesn't seem like it's gonna work that well. Remoraid 20 damage, worthless. I mean, maybe some evolutions in here, but that was worthless. Fourth slot, find a friend, put a random Pokemon friend with deck. Okay, that's really good. That's really good. That's like the one in Solgaleo deck, but he has ability, so it's better. But this is really good for early battle. That's really good. Especially for like Gyarados or some shit, like or something where you need a lot of Pokemon. That's really good. Full fish, poison sting, poison now, 20 damage. 20 damage not good, but poison good. Quagsire, Surf, 3 energy, 8 damage. That's decent. And yeah, here's Swooper, 3 damage, 2 energy. That's not good. That's not good at all. That's kind of ass. Okay, here's the evolution for Remoraid. Octillery, Octozuka. If the defending Pokemon tries to use an attack, your opponent flips a coin, blah blah. Okay, so um, hold on, let me read that again because that didn't look like what I thought it was gonna be. If the defending Pokemon tries to use an attack, your opponent flips a coin. If tails, that attack doesn't happen. This effect lasts until the defending Pokemon leaves the active spot and it doesn't work. Okay, so it stays there. It stays there. Usually it's use an attack, flip a coin. If you fade tails, blah blah, then that's it. But this one is like it sounds like you don't have to. You don't have to use it again. Like you cannot attack the next turn for whatever reason you don't want to attack, and the effect is still there. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good ability. If you could copy like a Mew or some shit, like if you copy that with a Mew, like imagine you have Mew and you don't want to leave the active spot, so you use a Mew, you use on him, he can't attack you because he hit the tails or whatever. You Mew like and then say you kill him, I don't know, say you kill him or he retreats. You still have that effect on there. You still have the effect. Or like even a Ditto, you still have the effect of him having to flip a coin every single time. So that's really good because then you can copy like abilities of other strong water Pokemon if you're running water, obviously. Like if you're running say the Kingdra, now he's got both the no treat and the smoke screen or whatever from Octillery. So that's really good. It's a good attack. It's not great for him because he has low health, but like if you can copy that attack, that's really good. Delibird, draw a card, 10 damage. Okay, good. Mantine, die for 4 energy. Are you insane? What the fuck? 4 energy for a basic Pokemon. What the fuck? Flip of coins. If heads during your opponent's next turn, credit all damage and all attacks done to this Pokemon. I mean that's good, but like 4 energy is kind of crazy. Like I don't know how you're gonna get built up. I mean you have Misty's to be fair. Misty's gonna make that work. But it's Suicune Cure Stream during your opponent's next turn. Attacks used by defending Pokemon do minus 20 damage. Okay, so just like a little bit of tankiness on it. I don't think it's gonna be very good, but it's a good attack. Corphish, 20 damage, 30 damage. Sorry, for 2 energy is not amazing. Just because we have Pokemon who are basically do 30 damage for 1 energy, so I don't know. Crawdont, once during your turn, when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve on your Pokemon, you may discard random energy from opponent's active Pokemon. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. Just more energy obstruction. That's really good. Especially when you evolve, so you can't do that twice per battle. If you run 2 of them, obviously. Ducklet. What is it? Hold on. Let me see again. Okay, no, I thought it said like something like when you buff any Pokemon. I was like, oh, that's really good. But no, it's just him. Okay, Ducklet, 10 damage, whatever. Swanna, 60 damage. Move all energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. Okay, so like a Suicide Bomber, that kind of works. Low health, so that's really low health for an evolved Pokemon. But like a Suicide Bomber, kind of like just attack, move them all to the back, and then they're gonna kill it because it has such low health. So that's interesting. That's an interesting design. Pinchu, 10 damage, whatever. And Lantern, 150 health for an EX. Okay. For an evolved EX, I'd like to see 160. Like the same problem I have with the EV evolutions. They don't quite have enough health. Like they're a bit low on health. They can kind of get one shot by most things, like with a Giovanni or like whatever. So I'd like to see like 160 for all evolved EX Pokemon, or higher. You know, like the stage 3 ones, 180 is fine, but like the stage 260 is like this sweet spot, I would say. Alright, 3 energy, 80 damage. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is not paralyzed. If tails, your opponent's active Pokemon is not confused. Okay, so you're still inflicting an effect on them, so that's good. That's really good. Alright, let's find Mareep. Where's Mareep? Mareep, static shock, 20 damage. Worthless, but Flaffy does 50 damage, 2 energies, 50 attack. Okay, that's not terrible. Then Ampharos does Thunder Punch, 80 damage. Flip a coin. If heads, his attack does 40 damage. If tails, 20 damage to itself. Okay, so up to 120 damage. 120 damage is really good for a non-EX Pokemon. And that's 2 energy. It's not even 3 like before. Like for Melmetal, it's kind of whatever because 4 energy is a lot, but 2 energy is really good. The only thing that sucks is that you can do 20 damage to itself, so kind of have to even out the score somehow. Like this attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Okay, so like a bench attacker, 10 bench targeter. That's good just because you can Cyrus them in if they don't heal it up. So it's got worth. It's got worth. Ooh, there's Raikou. Raikou Thunder. This Pokemon does 20. Okay, that's so worthless. Why would that's not even what Thunder does? That's not even what Thunder does. Why would you add that? Like that doesn't even make sense. Call it like Wild Charge or some shit. Don't fucking call it Thunder. That's not even a thing it does. If you want to call it Thunder, maybe like a 50-50 chance of like miss. Like what the fuck? Okay, Emolga, Raging Thunder. This attack does 10 damage to one of your bench Pokemon. Okay, so I don't know why we're like suicide bombing over here. What the fuck is this? That's also ass. Don't deal damage to yourself because they can Cyrus that in. That is not what you want. That is not what you want. Okay, Slowpoke, Rest. 30 damage. I'd like to see that be 40 because you're putting yourself to sleep, but I guess you could wake up instantly, so I guess that works. Slowking, a Psychic, just the basic. If they have more energy on their Pokemon, you do more damage. That's pretty good. Shivery Wave. This attack does 20 damage for each of your energy attack to your opponent's active Pokemon. So it's like another Psychic, but no base damage. Pichu does take energy from your take energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your bench Pokemon. Okay, so another energy builder. That's pretty good. We like energy builders. And we're Summer Reap. Togepi Charm during your opponent's next turn. Attacks used will be minus 20. Yes, basic thing. Charm, like the games. Togetic, 30 damage, 2 energy. Basic energy though, so it's not even like psychic energy. So that's good. Then Togekiss, if any damage done to this Pokemon by attacks. Oh, sorry. If any damage is done to this Pokemon by attacks, flip a coin. If heads, prevent that damage. Okay, that's pretty good. pretty out Basentia, that's like 120 damage per turn. So that's pretty good. I mean, only for 2 turns, but like that's pretty good. That's pretty good. 70 damage is not. That's pretty good for what the ability does. The ability can prevent all damage throughout the whole battle. So we're kind of cooking. Like we're kind of cooking there. We'll see how it goes. Girafarig. Side beam your Pokemon's opponent's Pokemon does confused. 50 damage though. 3 energy is not great. Especially for a base Pokemon. Nah. Not having that. Snowball, 20 damage, so attack energy, worthless. 60 health, yes. I thought it might have more, but no. Bramble, Wild Tackle, does 20 damage to itself, 400 damage, 3 energy. Not really worth it, in my opinion. Not really worth it. Muna, Side Shot, 20 damage, whatever. Natu, 20 damage, Peck. Okay, Shatu, is that how it's pronounced? Shatu? I don't know. Satu? I have no idea. Life Drain, flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon remains at 10 HP now. Okay, that's really interesting. That's really interesting. If you like against Venus or some shit, and you land the heads, he has 10 health. Like even if he had like 220 from the Leaf Cape, so that's really good. Like you could even do like that, and then if he doesn't heal, I mean he heal from his attack, but like you could do the Guzma afterwards if he doesn't heal for whatever reason, and you're kind of cooking there. So that's a good one. Even like you do that to other Pokemon, like if they have a cape on it, you can just do that, get heads, and if they don't heal, you can just use Guzma and get rid of the cape. So that's really interesting. I'm looking out for that. I'm looking out for that. Did we get a what of it? Okay, Musharna, here's for the Muna. Dreamy Dance, both active Pokemon are now asleep. What the fuck is this shit? Give me the ability to heal from sleeping or something. What the fuck is that? I don't want that. Onyx, 50 damage, 3 energy. Not really. No, not really anything to talk about. Sudowoodo, Rock Throw, 50 damage. See, like, it's the same thing. Like, 10 less health, 1 less energy. They have to be fighting, but, like, you do the same amount of damage. Onyx in this game just sucks. It sucks. Gligar, 10 damage, whatever. Gliscor, 60 damage, 2 energy. Doesn't have to be fighting type energy, so you could get cheeky with it. You can get cheeky with it if you put in other decks. Wow, I'm off it. Okay. 30 damage plus. If this Pokemon was damaged by an attack during your opponent's last turn while it was in the active spot, this attack does 50 more damage. Okay. So it's kind of like a counter. You can't, exactly do like a full counter because, they'll be a bit overpowered. We missed Espeon as well. I missed Espeon. So, like, if you get, it's kind of like counter, attack me, I attack you harder, that kind of thing. It could be interesting to fuck around with. It could be interesting. Espeon, Psychic Healing. Once in your turn, if this Pokemon's an active spot, you may heal 30 damage from one of your bench Pokemon. Okay. That works. If you're trying to carry into Cyrus and stuff like that, it works. 80 damage, not the greatest, not the worst. Just average damage. Only thing is the ES and EX, so if it does get knocked out, you lose 2 points. So we'll see how that works. Yeah, we start the fighting ones. Yeah, whoever sell Onyxes, Swinub, 3 damage, 2 energy, yeah, could be better. Slappy Duckles, 20 damage. These Pokemon, like the baby ones, I don't know if they have no energy to attack because they have like you can see like this Larvitar has like a star in it, but this guy doesn't have any like stars or anything. So that maybe like you don't require energy to attack because that'd be pretty fire if you don't need energy. That's kind of that makes it worth it. And does 30 damage as well, so that's really good if it does. Donphan, EX. If this Pokemon has at least 2 extra energy attached to it, this attack does 60 more damage. Okay, so it's kind of like you can attack for 50, and then once you get 3 energy, you can attack for 110. So that's really good. It's kind of like having 2 different attacks, like just the base one for 1 energy 50, then we get 3, 110. That's pretty good. 110. Unconditional, you can always attack those, so that's really good. Fanfear, going to 10 damage to himself, that's not good. That's terrible. Okay, so Piloswine, 70 damage, 3 energy. Yeah, I'm not really sold on that. Mamoswine, Earthquake, 160 damage. This attack does 20 damage to each of your. Like, why? Like, what is it? Like, that is not what Earthquake does in the fucking games. Oh my god. This is the worst thing ever. Like, yeah, 160 damage, oh my god, amazing. But guess what? Each of your bench Pokemon are gonna receive damage from like at least it was like each bench Pokemon, like yours and your opponents and yours. Okay, that's we'll take that. But this, what the fuck, dude? Like it's not Come on, like with Cyrus in the game, you cannot be making Pokemon like that. 160 damage is a lot though, so we'll see. It is a lot of damage. Or back roll, 70 damage, 3 energy. Not really interested. Um, Find a gold 20. Sorry, flip a coin for each head 30 damage, so up to 60. Shuckle EX damage, so yeah. It's for 2 energy though, so it's not exactly the best. Same thing. Larvitar, 10 damage, should be at least 20. Pupitar, guard press during your opponent's next turn. If this Pokemon takes damage, minus 30. Okay. Kind of like a tank until it gets to Tyranitar whenever you see it. A hit on top, piercing spin. This attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Okay, so 20 plus 20. It's like the Lusamine copy, the Ultra Beast one. I forget its name. The one looks like Ultra Lusamine. Where's my Tyranitar? Where is he? There he is, Tyranitar. Once during your turn, you may move all Dark type energy from each of your Pokemon to this Pokemon. Okay. So it's kind of like you don't have to keep it there. Like if you work this with like a Guzzlord or some shit, if you can work that in, like you attack with him, and then once he dies, you can move that with the Lusamine. You can attack that to the Guzzlord. So like it kind of works. Like even if you don't get Tyranitar or Larvitar, whatever out the gate, you can build up your other Pokemon and attach the energy to them. And then once he's in play, you can just put him in there. And then 100 damage for 130 damage for 4 energy. That's pretty good. That automatically kills Giratina though. And the Giratina users watch out. Yeah, so we have a Crobat EX there. Interact 20 damage, 1 energy. Every those bind down during opponent's next turn. If any Pokemon can retreat, okay. 40 damage, 1 energy, pretty good. Okay, Zubat, Venomous Fang, 10 damage. Active Pokemon is not poison, nice. Same thing, but 20 damage. And then Crobat, Venomous Slash, and the same thing for 70 damage. Okay, so I mean, all across the board is getting poisoned from Crobat. 120 health is really fucking annoying though. Why does he have so much health? Like, fucking Crobat, he looks like it looks like if you step on him, he's dead. So why does he have so much fucking health? Anyway, pretty fucking solid. Sneasel, Weeball, 20 and 50. Whatever. We already have the EX version of him. Honchkrow, 60 damage, 2 energy, whatever. Condor, 40 damage, 2 energy. Nah, I mean, I guess it's okay. Houndoom, 70 damage, 3 energy. Discard random card. Sorry. Discard a random card from your opponent's hand. Okay, this card is it's not shuffle into your deck, it's discard. So that would work pretty well. Like if you can get some shenanigans over that. Leap over this attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Okay. Just attacking a bench Pokemon. It's kind of like a Hitmonlee. The back in the day. Okay, and here's the Honchkrow or Murkrow. Astonish, flip a coin. If heads, your opponent reveals random card from their hand. Blah, and shuffle into the hand. Okay, so it's like whatever. I guess he's putting shit into their hands, so it takes longer for them to build up. Umbreon, 80. Yeah, so same thing as same attack as Espeon. Its ability is once in your turn, if this Pokemon is an active spot, you may switch in one of your opponent's bench Pokemon that has damage on an active spot. Okay, so that's like free Cyrus. Free Cyrus is an active spot. Free Cyrus. So be on the watch out for that. That's super annoying. Okay, here's Fortress from the thing earlier. 80 damage, 3 energy. Nah, not sure about that one. Alright, when are we getting to the X's? This is I guess we kinda are already. Well, Mawile, 30 damage, 1 energy. Yeah. Skarmory, Steel Wing, 70 damage during your opponent's next turn. This Pokemon takes 20 damage less. Okay, so it seems like this release set is going to focus a lot around taking less damage. Maybe there's like a training card something that like makes you taking less damage. It seems like a lot of Pokemon in this set have like reduced damage take, so we'll see how that works. We'll see. Yeah, this Scizor. I thought because we had Scyther by itself, and like we already have one, so why would they release another one without Scizor? Gale Thrust, 2 Steel Energy, 50 plus damage. If this Pokemon is moved from your bench stack, like I said, if it's moved during the turn, it does 100 damage instead of 50, and if the rest of the turns it does 50, unless you can just keep swapping in and out with your Scythers, then you're going to be doing 50 for one turn, like the rest of the turns, and the 100 for one turn only. It kind of works like as a surprise, like a one-time thing, because it is 100 health, so he doesn't have that much. Here's Steelix, heavy impact, 110 damage, 4 energy, not that good. Unless there's something to add Steel Energy, like apart from Dialga, not that good. Like we have Melmetal, who's already does 120 damage. He evolves from a 1-stage Pokemon, and he takes 20 less damage from attack. So the only thing it says pre-evolution form has less health, but like this is not good. 150 health though. 150 health is good though. He has more health than Melmetal, but I'm not a big fan of it. Not a big fan of it. Flank 40 damage, 2 energy, whatever. Porygon 2, okay. Whenever you attach energy from your energy zone to this Pokemon, put a random card from your deck that evolves from this Pokemon onto. Sorry, hold on. Whenever you attach energy from your energy zone to this Pokemon, put a random card from your deck that evolves from this Pokemon onto this Pokemon to evolve it. Okay, so it's a lot of words, but pretty much if you have Porygon Z or whatever it's called, yeah, Porygon Z, I'm guessing. You can when you attach energy to Porygon 2, you can evolve it, or you have to evolve it into Porygon Z. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Just like a free evolution if you have it in your hand, a free evolution. So that's nice. Porygon 2, 20 damage, whatever. I would just use the other one with the ability that you can peek at your deck, and then I would also use this guy, and then whenever Porygon Z gets one with ability, we have a triple ability evolution. Eevee, find a friend, put a random Pokemon from your deck into your hand. Okay, so it's kind of like the draw Eevee, but like with this one, you can select Pokemon specifically instead of just draw a card. So we'll see how this Eevee works, or if we want to use the other one from the last set. We'll see, we'll see. But that Eevee looks pretty good. Kangaskhan, Crosscut, the opponent's active Pokemon is an evolution. This attack does 40 more damage. I don't know. If it's not, it does 20 damage. If it does, it's 60 damage. So it's kind of like the original one where it does do up to 60 damage, but this one is more like specifically like if they're evolved, you can do 60 damage, but if not, do 20 damage. So with the other one, you do a minimum of 0, obviously, and then you do one heads, it's 30, two heads, is 60. So it's kind of like it's kind of your choice there if you want to use the other one. Blizzy, Energy Blow. This attack does 20 damage for each energy attached to this Pokemon. Okay, so you could just like stack and stack and stack and like your own Celebi, but like without Celebi is 50, this one's 20, but these are guaranteed to hit. Celebi you could have like 100 and do 0 damage because of RNG, but this one is guaranteed per energy. So you do have to stack up to like 10 to do 200. So we'll see how easy it is to stack up that much energy. But 150 health, so it does have more health than Celebi, so bit of a tank. Porygon Z. Your opponent's next turn attacks used by defending Pokemon costs 1 energy more. Okay, so I think you should run both Porygon Z, like this one and the other one. The other one switches the energy. This one adds an extra cost to it. So it's kind of like, well, if they need 1 more energy, I should go into the other Porygon Z and then randomize it. Like if it's not a colorless one, so they can't get it. But if they already do have it, or if they're about to and it's a normal one, you can use this one. It costs 1 more, so they can't use it. So I like Porygon Z. Seems like a little fun troll card. Sentret, 20 damage, yeah, whatever. For it, Tail Smash, 80 damage if it Tails does nothing, but if not, that's really good. 80 damage for 1 energy, that's pretty good. I mean, low health, so whatever. Food, Insomnia, can't fall asleep, 30 damage for 2 energy. So it is what it is. Okay, Noctowl Fly. Yeah, same thing. Fly in the head, flip coins of heads, then no effects can happen to you. Tails, whatever. Apom, imitate. Draw cards until you have the same number of cards as your opponent. Okay, that's pretty good. Like if your opponent's like been stacking with like Sylveon with that shit, and you just do this, and you're like, all right, well, what now, bitch? Like I have the same as you, and I'll have to waste 4 slots with Sylveon. So that's a good one. You might not even just bring a Ambipom. You might not do that. Just bring them for that and just collect those cards. And then like if they've used their Oaks and you haven't used yours, you can use that and then use your Oaks the next turn. Like you're cooking with that one. Sandler, enhanced thorns 20 plus. If this Pokemon has a Pokemon tool, so if it has tool attached, 70 damage. If not, 20 damage. Ursaring, flip 2 coins for each heads. This does 20 more, so like I'll do 60 if 0 heads, 80 if 1 heads, 100 if 2 heads. He's alright. 30 heal 20 damage from this Pokemon. Okay. A little bit of healing there. Why not? Dunsparce, flip a coin of heads. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed for 20 damage. Okay. We'll take that. Vaporeon, Double Drain, heal 30 damage from this Pokemon. I mean, it's just a shiny from the previous set, Vaporeon. But the shinies, that's are. We won't go over the shinies. We already know what they are from previous sets. We won't go over that. Continuous headbutt, flip a coin. If you get tails, this attack does 70 damage for each head. Well, if you can get lucky, that's really good. Like if you get 3 heads, that's now 210 damage. So he's kind of cooking. Like he's very luck dependent, but he's a good one. Lugia, this card, fire, water, energy. Yeah, we talked about this. So you meant to use that with Ho-Ho, 180 damage, but with Ho-Ho, you have to discard like all your energy because, I mean, unless you have more on it, you have 1 fire, 1 electric, 1 fire, water, 1 of each basically. And you have to discard them all. But if you use Ho-Ho, you can just double stack it, so you're running 2 of them, and then you can attack next turn. And after that, it's like I can't imagine they're gonna be still alive because yeah, that's a lot. Like it's a lot of health. Change type of random energy attached to one of your opponent's active Pokemon to one of the following. Okay, so that's like Porygon Z, the old one, but like they don't have to draw now. Now it's just like I guess it's not that good because they just attach another one, so it's kind of like destroy one. But that's interesting. That's an interesting one. Like unless they're running normal types, that's kind of interesting. Like they keep working with that. Then the rest of your shinies, we got Sylveon, I'm sorry, Glaceon and Leafeon shinies. Leafeon, like, are these even shinies, dude? What the fuck? These do not look shinies. Like, what the fuck are these shiny forms? What the fuck is this? They don't even look different. Got a Gyarados shiny though. Shiny Gyarados, that's pretty good. Did we get a Mew shiny? Did we get a Mew shiny? Come on, tell me about a Mew. No, come on, really? We didn't get a Mew shiny? That's some bullshit. Alright, are there any more? Yeah, we get some more over here. No more shinies though, unfortunately. Yeah. Here's the art for the like full arts and shit like that. If you guys want to look, yeah. And then, did we get any training cards? I don't think we saw any training cards. Okay, here were the training cards. I was gonna say I don't think we saw any. Here we are. I move fire, water, or electric energy to one of your Pokemon, so that's meant to be used for Lugia or Ho-Ho. You know, use shit like that. Will the next term you flip any number of coins for the effect of an attack ability or trainer card. After using this card on this turn, flip a coin. Flip will definitely be heads. Okay, so you could use that with like the Shatu, and like they're guaranteed drain to 10 health. You can use it with the Aerodactyl, go down to just get rid of that Pokemon. You know, all the setup they had, get rid of that with him. Any Pokemon that's like really reliant on heads, you can do that. You can do with Misty, like you gain extra free water energy next turn because you know you have to. Only problem is if they like poison, burn you or put you to sleep, then you wake up automatically or get rid of that automatically. But you did waste this, so I mean, that's a pretty interesting one. The Pokemon on this card is attached to is knocked down instead of putting it on your this card you put on your bench. That's pretty good. Like if you're running one card or something, but you want to keep it, you can put that in. Like instead of putting on your discard, you can just put it on your bench. So it's useful, but it's like, is it that practical? I don't know. Interesting idea. We'll see how it's worked out. Dark Pendant. If a dark type, the dark type this card is attached to is an active spot and is damaged by attack from your opponent's active Pokemon, reveal a random card from their hand, shuffle into the deck. Okay, so that's really annoying because you have to attack. So you can put that on like, so you can put out Umbreon and they have to attack you, so they just have to reveal the card and put it in the deck. So okay, Steel Apron. This Steel type Pokemon this energy is attached. This card is attached to takes 10 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. Recovers from special effects conditions. Can't be affected by anything. Okay, so that's good. That's good. So put that on fucking what's his name? Fuck. What's the name? The EX Pokemon that we just released. The EX Pokemon, the Steel one. Put it on him. He takes 10 less damage. If you put it with the Steel training card that came out during Dialga, minus, I think that's minus 30 or 40 that you take during that turn. And you can't be affected by burn, sleep, or whatever. So it's kind of like a free Arceus ability. Now, you can't get rid of that with Guzma, but it's good nonetheless. It's a really good tool. Okay, next up, Squirt Bottle. Discard fire energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Really good for Charizard. Really good for Charizard, because then he has to wait 2 turns. Like if it's like how it usually goes, Pokemon has a Charmander, they get turn 1, then you go in turn 2, blah blah, you do that. Then he evolves with a rare candy because of course he does. He attaches 1 energy, attacks, gets a stoke, get to 4 energy. Then use this. They have to do that again because they can't attack it. That's a really good one. That's a really good. That's a really good tool item. We like that. Jasmine, what you got? What you saying, bro? Your opponent's next turn, all of your Felix and Skarmory. Yeah, Skarmory. That's what I'm thinking about. Skarmory. If he's on Skarmory, that's really good. Um, all of your Steelix and Skarmory at EX take minus 50 damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. That's really good because you use this with this. I think it's 10 or 20. I can't remember what it was. That's like 70, 60 damage they take less. That's like a lot because you used it twice and like you're in business. You're in business. No, because it's got to be like at least 70 because with the tool it's like this is 50, tool's 10, then this attack is like 10 or 20. You're like you're fucking in business. That's really good. That's really good. Fisher, flip 3 coins for each head. A water Pokemon is chosen at random from your discard pile. Put it into your hand. Okay. Okay. So the Gyarados is not so bad anymore. The Gyarados is not so bad anymore. I was like, you're kind of just wasting your cards, but with this, you can just kind of fish them back. I mean, obviously, you get 3 tails twice, and you're kind of fucked, but that's really interesting. That's a really good one. We'll see how that works out. Silver, your opponents reveals their hand. Choose Support Carter, and you find in there and shuffle into your opponent's deck. So if they have Guzma, Cyrus, whatever, choose that, shuffle it, and they can't use that unless you're really lucky next turn. Pretty good. Lyra, switch out your active Pokemon has damage on it with one of your bench Pokemon. I mean that's useful, but like you could use the Leaf instead of having to have the restriction of it being damaged. Just because most Pokemon do not have more than 2 energy recruit costs. Some of them do, and then you can use it for that, like in those specific decks. But in general, you just want to use a Leaf, right? Like it doesn't make sense to do something to restrict yourself to damage. Where like if you want to sub out because you got Sabrina out or whatever the case might be, it just makes more sense to use green energy. I think that's it. Let me know if you guys liked the video. I know it's a bit messy. It was a very messy video, but if you like the video, like it. I'll be live tomorrow on Twitch from like 4 p.m. Eastern or so. Opening new packs, doing new battles, playing with the new cards. So if you feel like checking me out, please check me out. Yeah, thanks for watching the video. Peace.